This isn't going to be an easy video for me to make, and it probably won't be easy for you to watch either. But sometimes the most important conversations are the hardest ones. Do you ever look at your partner of 20, 30 years and realise you still love them, but you're no longer walking in the same path? It's not about fighting or betrayal. It's about a quiet, slow drift that no one ever warns you about. Now, in this video, we're not going to talk about saving your marriage. We're going to talk about saving yourself. I'm going to give you a framework to help you decide if the most courageous and loving thing you can do is to let go. After more than 2 decades together, I stopped trying to save my marriage. And this is the conversation I wish someone had had with me years ago. Here's the thing that no one talks about. The primary struggle isn't a bad marriage. It's a marriage that's good enough to stay in, but not good enough to thrive in. And let me tell you, that's a special kind of hell. You feel immense guilt for wanting something different when nothing is technically wrong. Your friends tell you how lucky you are. Your family says you should be grateful for stability. Society tells you to count your blessings. But here's what they don't understand. You're slowly disappearing. You're weighing the terror of starting over alone again, against the loneliness you feel inside the relationship. And that loneliness, it's real, it's valid, and it's eating away at who you are. You've stopped sharing new passions because they don't understand. You've stopped dreaming about the future because your dreams no longer align. You're slowly hiding parts of yourself to keep the peace. You're editing yourself to fit a relationship that no longer fits you. And the worst part, you feel guilty about feeling this way. You think there's something wrong with you for wanting more than good enough. Well, let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not selfish. You're not ungrateful. You're human, and humans are meant to grow. Now, I want you to shift your thinking for a moment. A 25-year marriage that ends isn't a failure. It's a success that has reached its natural conclusion. Think about it. You built a life together. You raised a family. You supported each other through decades of challenges. That chapter is complete, and completing something isn't failing at it. Here's what I've learned. It's not a lack of love. It's a mismatch of futures. You can love someone's past and present, but not be a part of their future, and that's okay. That's honouring both of your individual journeys from this point forward. The most courageous act isn't staying in a relationship where you can't be your full self. The most courageous act is choosing authenticity over obligation. It's an act of profound self-respect, and staying in a relationship where you're slowly disappearing, that's a disservice to both of you. Look, I'm not saying this lightly. I know the weight of these decisions. I know the fear, but I also know what it's like to finally breathe again. Gaining clarity is the first step. The next is figuring out what to do with it. If you're contemplating a major life change, my free Reinvention After 50 guide is the perfect tool to help you design your next chapter. The link's in the description below. It's completely free and it will walk you through the practical steps of rebuilding your life. Now, I can't give you the answer, but I can give you the right questions. And listen, be brutally honest with yourself as you consider these 3 tests. If you can't be honest here, you already have your answer. Test number 1 is the future test. Pull out a piece of paper right now, if you can. You write down the ideal vision for the next 10 years. Travel, work, hobbies, where you want to live, how you want to spend your time. Your partner does the same in another room. When you compare those lists, are you building the same future or 2 separate futures that just happen to share a roof? I'm not talking about small differences. I'm talking about fundamental incompatibilities in how you want to live. Now, having compatible futures is one thing, but how do you actually feel when you're together? That brings us to the second test. Test number 2, the energy test. For 1 week, keep an energy journal. After you spend quality time with your partner, and I mean real quality time, not just watching TV together, but actually talking, sharing, connecting, how do you feel? Do you feel energized, seen, and inspired? Or do you feel drained, misunderstood, and a little more lonely than when you started? Your body knows the truth, even when your mind is making excuses. And if you're feeling drained instead of energized, there's usually a reason, and it often comes down to the final test. Test number 3, the authenticity test. What was the last new passion or big idea you were excited about? Did you share it with your partner? If not, why not? Are you editing yourself to fit the relationship? The person you're becoming needs space to exist. If you constantly hide parts of yourself, constantly walking on eggshells, constantly choosing peace over authenticity, then you're not in a relationship. You're in a performance. And here's the hard truth. If you failed any of these tests, if you're sitting there right now feeling that knot in your stomach because you recognize yourself in these scenarios, then you already know what you need to do. You're just scared to do it. If this framework is giving you the clarity you've been searching for, and you're ready to start making decisions based on truth instead of fear, hit the like button and subscribe. We're building a community here of people who choose authenticity over comfort, and you belong here. This is one of the hardest and most personal decisions you will ever make. There is no right or wrong answer, only your answer, and whatever answer it is, it's valid. But here's what I want you to understand. You have the right to honor the person you've become, even if it means changing the life you've known. Your future happiness isn't selfish, it's essential. I know the fear, I know the guilt, I know the voice in your head saying, what if I'm making a mistake? What if I regret this? What if I end up alone? But let me ask you this, what if you don't make a change? What if you stay in this limbo for another 10, 15, 20 years? What if you wake up at 70 and realize you spent the last decades of your life being someone you're not? That's the real risk. Not the risk of change, but the risk of staying the same. Sometimes the most loving and respectful thing you can do for the person you've shared a life with is to lovingly and respectfully release them, so you can both find the futures you both deserve. And if you're watching this and you're the partner who's being left, I want you to know something too. This isn't about you not being enough. This is about two people who grow in different directions, and that's nobody's fault. Life isn't a rehearsal. This is it. This is the real deal, and you deserve to live it authentically. You deserve to wake up excited about your future. You deserve to be someone who celebrates who you're becoming, not just who you used to be. The courage to change your life doesn't come from feeling ready. It comes from feeling like you can't stay the same anymore. And if you're watching this video, you're probably already there. This is a difficult topic, and we need to support each other through it. Share your experience or word of encouragement in the comments below. Sometimes just knowing you're not alone makes all the difference. And remember, whatever decision you make it from a place of love, love for yourself, love for your partner, and love for the life you want to create. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be kind to yourself. Cheers.
Empower over 50 now. Stand up tall and take your bow. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. This is your triumphant